Hey, what's up, you guys? It is Biz Coach C and Maribel in the house once again today. So we have our eighth training in our AI series coming at you guys since last October, November, right, Maribel?
November, yep.
Since last November, we have been rocking with y'all. Y'all have been rocking with us. And first of all, let's say thank you so much. Let's just start with that. We appreciate everybody who's been tuning in, taking advantage of these trainings. Whether you are watching these live on one of our platforms, especially this is catered to the Six Secrets to Six Figures group that is actually on Facebook. And that group is specifically for minority women in business. But now, the concepts that we teach in there are very widespread and they can be used for any demographic, basically any small business, and especially the information that Maribel Sanabria has been sharing with us, who has been so kind to lend us her expertise and her tools and resources, not for free, because it's an investment in what she's giving you. So you definitely have to invest your time. Some of these tools that you're walking away with, she's giving you an advantage of getting them at a great price before they go public to everyone. So for those of you who are in Six Secrets watching, you want to make sure that you're taking advantage of things as they come, right, in real time. So thank you guys for watching. And before I turn it over to Maribel, a huge thank you to her again for lending everything that she does to this process, to this platform, and in this series, because she is really spearheading it. My name is on there, I think, just as PR. I'm her agent. If you ever need to book Maribel, I will link you directly to her, right? I'm considering myself her plug right now. But she's got a major training for y'all today. A lot of information about AI for social media success. You'll probably hear me chime in with some coaching and consulting nuggets along the way, but she's going to take the meat of the process here. So without further ado, Maribel, the floor is yours, my dear.
Thank you so much, Cynthia. Hey guys, I want to welcome you today. This has been so much fun for me to talk to you about AI over the course of the past several months. And I look forward to continuing this even past, this year, hopefully, because not for nothing, you guys know I've said it multiple times, AI is constantly changing, right? We have all these new tools that are popping up, all these great ways of figuring out how to utilize this on our business. And now we have to worry about like how on earth are we going to protect ourselves
That
from
part.
AI, because truth be told, there are a lot of shady people out there who are using this tool or multiple tools to invade, right? And we want to make sure that we are doing things legitimately and with ethical like authority, you know what I mean? So as a little side note. But today we are going to focus on using AI for social media success. Okay, this does not mean that we are going to just plug something into ChatGPT, throw it out there, and hope it sticks. No. Okay, we are going to use it to help us save time, increase engagement, and create content that really connects with our audience. Okay, we want to put things out there that are not just going to like hit someone's feels, like in the heart, but we want conversions. Okay, we want to be able to get into those conversations because remember what I told you before, if you can have a true honest conversation with somebody, you can convert them into a customer. Okay, you need to stop guessing what to post, scratching your head at the end of every week and going, oh my gosh, what on earth am I going to say today? Okay. You need to start thinking with consistency. Stop spending hours creating content that barely gets seen. Okay. And use the right tools that are going to empower you to move forward so that you can, in turn, maximize your ROI. Okay. So, why is social media just not working? Okay. Well, there's always this thing called engagement, right? There's always drops in engagement that we see. And we're always scratching our heads going, why on earth is this happening to me? I mean, not for nothing. I see it too, right? Algorithms constantly change. Okay. That's out of our control. What worked yesterday doesn't work today, won't work tomorrow, may work a week or a month from now, right? But you have to not worry too much about that. Okay. Because the ebb and flow of content, it's going to be there forever. What you need to focus on is creating the right engagement with your target audience. Okay. Once you have that dialed in, then no matter what the algorithm does, your target audience is going to be tuned into you. Okay. But we do have to focus on the fact that organic reach, it's lower than ever. Okay, it really truly is. Okay, these trends that are out there, it may work for certain businesses, it may not work for others. I'm not a TikTok girly. Okay, just being real. I'm not going to be out there doing all the dances and all the little trendy things. That's just not my style. Okay, so I stick to what I know, I stick to what feels true to me, and the same thing goes for you. Okay, but the problem here is if you're doing all of these things manually and you're trying to keep up with all the latest and the greatest, you're going to constantly be behind. You're going to feel overwhelmed. You're going to get burnt out. But the light bulb moment here, I should say, is that this isn't a content issue, right? It's a systems problem. And you need a better way to know what people care about right now, okay? How to create with speed and strategy and to post what actually matters. And this is where AI comes in, okay? So when you learn how to utilize AI, you don't have to stress that engagement drop, okay? You don't have to worry about the shrinking reach, right? This organic visibility that hits lows and highs, whenever it feels like, okay? Because your content will remain visible. You don't have to worry about speed, right? These trends that expire. So you're struggling to get ahead of the game and worry about, oh, can I jump on this bandwagon or that bandwagon? You don't have to worry about that. Okay. You need to learn how to leverage AI so you can get ahead of everything and not fall behind. So what we want to do is create an AI content success system. Okay. And it's a simple 3-part system and it eliminates all the guesswork. Okay. It lets you show up consistently. It allows for you to identify what's trending now. Okay. In the discover phase, it'll help you create engaging content in minutes with the design phase. And then it'll assist you in scheduling posts for maximum impact in the distribute phase. So if you can remember these 3 Ds, discover, design, distribute, you can create a system that'll help you get ahead of the curve and be seen by the people that you want to be seen. Okay. The answer here is not more effort. Okay. Remember that. It's better tools and better systems. Okay. Better tools, better systems. When you can master that, you are going to excel no matter what's going on in the market. Okay. So again, let's go back over the 3 Ds. We have discover. We want to discover the trends, the hashtags, the topics that matter most right now. Okay. Then you want to design content that speaks directly to your audience fast. I can't emphasize that enough. Your audience, not what's trendy out there, your audience. Okay. Because think about this. If your particular audience doesn't care about the latest thing that's happening, right? Why would you post something that speaks to that? That's just a waste of time. Okay. I will tell you right now, my target audience could care less about that because they are too focused.
So could mine. Let's be real.
Right?
Yep. So
right?
Could mine. They could care less.
Like they care less, okay? They're too focused on building their business, building their empires, right? What they want to learn is, hey, how can I save some time? I need to save time. I need to save energy. I need to save money. How can I do that?
How can I do it?
Right. That's what they want to know. They don't want to know how to do the latest dance. They don't want to know how to do the latest trend. No one cares about that stuff, to be honest. And I mean, not for nothing, guys. We're at an age right now, like if you're in business, if you're about that life, be about that life.
Be about that life.
So
serious.
Don't worry about all that other nonsense and all that extra noise because you are just wasting your time and energy because editing those kinds of videos takes hours. Right. And that can be invested somewhere else. Okay. Just a little sidebar there. Then, the D in distribute is like when your audience is online and ready to engage, you need to be able to have your content shown at that time. Okay. I gave a training a while back about that. and just optimizing your scheduling structure, whether it's, you know, your email campaigns, your social media stuff. You just have to make sure that your stuff is visible when your audience wants to see it. If it's not visible during those times, if you're not looking at your analytics, if you're not seeing when your audience is online for you, then you're never going to hit them, and then you're never going to see the return on investment that you want. So
Right.
you need to be able to incorporate that as well. And you don't have to do all that manually. All that can be done through AI, which is really great. And you should be using it.
And you
Okay.
should be. Right.
That's right. You know, this whole idea of a content engine, you know, it's literally that, right? When you turn on your car, what happens? Your engine turns on, right? And that's what powers the vehicle. So when you think about an AI content engine, right, you have to have this system ready to go so that when you turn it on, right, you click on that switch, it works for you. And it powers parts of your business that can be easily automated so that you can focus on what's more important, which is the client facing things, right? Talking to those clients, having those conversations, converting them over to your product or service. Okay. You want to make sure that each part of your system saves you time, boosts your visibility, and helps you create things that are consistent without having to reinvent the wheel every day. So this is another thing that a lot of people like stress about. Oh, every day has to be different. Every day has to be unique. Every day has to be this, that, or the other. Guys, stop.
Yep.
Okay. Think about how you can create themes, structures for social media posts, for whether it's a carousel, short form, long form, video, it doesn't matter. But
Yep.
think about a structure, okay? And then all you have to do is repeat the structure with different information,
Yep.
okay? Instead of having to start from scratch, okay? Starting from scratch is one of the biggest time wasters on the planet. Don't do that to yourself.
Yep.
Okay. Build the systems, build the structures. Once you have that in place, then they can be replicated over time. Okay. And I've got some things for you at the end of this webinar that I want you to grab onto and start using. So stay tuned. Cynthia's going to drop a nice little freebie for you into the group that you can take advantage of. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later. But remember the 3Ds: discover, design, distribute. Do that and your content's going to work.
I think something that saved me so much time,
Discover.
Maribel, is the ability to repurpose content.
Yes. Huge. Huge. I mean, you could think about it like this, Cynthia. You do a lot of lives, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You do a lot of them. You take one of your lives, even if it's a minute, 2 minutes long, right? That you're just jumping online, talking to your audience or whatever. You take that, okay? You plug it in to Notebook LM. It produces the transcript, okay? The transcript is there for you. You plug that into ChatGPT, into your personalized custom GPT that knows you and your business, and you ask it, I need you to create a series of social media posts for me based on this content. I want you to output one short form, one long form, one script for another video, a blog post, and a carousel. That's 5 days worth of content. If you ask them to put that out, and they will do it, GPT will pop that out for you, and then boom, based on 2 minutes of video, you now have 5 days worth of content, and if not more. So like, why not?
Why not? I'm so serious. I'm like, why not? Why not?
Why wouldn't you do
revenue generating activity, right? That does not cost you time and money.
It doesn't. Right. And not for nothing, Notebook LM is free. You know, if you have Google, the Google Suite, which as a business owner you should.
You should.
You know,
just saying, y'all.
Yeah, if you have that, so that's free. So Notebook LM, and it's the plus version at that if you have it, which is amazing. So it's a level up, right? And so use that. That's a free thing. ChatGPT, free, right? You can use the free level to help it repurpose. If you don't want to use that, you can use Gemini. You could use Claude, you could use Perplexity, there's so many out there, guys. Okay.
So
Like I talk
many.
about ChatGPT because it's the easiest, in my opinion, to learn. It's very simple and it has huge benefits. Because not just, and I think I talked to you guys about this in the last one, it now can create beautiful images for you. So, not just like images of yourself. I'm not talking about that because that takes a bit more programming. But I'm talking about just normal images. So,
Right.
your clients, what they like, what they want to see. And you know what you're trying to communicate. So if you are like struggling to find like stock images that you want to put out there, even for your website, ChatGPT can now do that for you.
Right.
So, like, I mean, it's one of those tools where I'm a big fan of using every bit and piece of a tool and what it can offer you. I will say that ChatGPT is probably one of the most comprehensive large language models out there.
Yeah.
Okay. And they are constantly leveling it up.
Yeah.
Constantly. Like I need to do like a little sidebar on all the things that ChatGPT can do for you. Because
Oh my God. It would take you forever.
oh my goodness. And you guys would be blown away.
Yep.
Okay.
We need to do a series just on that.
I think I do. Yes. I'm so serious. And then I could do like a comparison between that one and all the others and show you what, yeah. Okay. That's another day.
That's another. Yep. See, that's a whole nother shebang.
That's a whole nother one. All right. So let's get back to Discover. All right. So let's figure out what's working now. How do we do this? Right. So if you want to know what your audience is already thinking, before they even type it in the comments, here are some tools that are going to help you. Y'all can screenshot this. Please screenshot. Okay. Exploding topics. You use this tool to uncover new trends before they hit mainstream. Okay. Google Trends shows search patterns over time. BuzzSumo, you can find top performing articles or posts in your niche. Obviously, ChatGPT, right? Use those custom prompts to analyze what's buzzing out there. Okay. Hashtag tools like Flick or Hashtagify. You can find hashtags with the right balance of volume and relevance. But to be truthful, hashtags aren't like the end all be all of life. So like people are getting away from that. You're using more of the targeted keywords for SEO. So you want to really focus on that inside of your post versus the hashtag thing. And there's just so much more out there. Literally. Okay. So you can even ask ChatGPT, hey, how can I find out what's trending nowadays? Right? YouTube has this feature where with you log into your studio on the left-hand column, you'll see at the probably 3/4 of the way down, you'll see trends. And you can click on that and you can see what's trending, what people are watching on YouTube. Okay. If you simply click into the Google search bar, you can kind of and type like a couple of words, you can see what people are searching. It's kind of neat. Okay.
Cool.
If you go into Perplexity, okay, and you search like a topic, right? It'll give you subsequent related topics. So that's something else. That's pretty
cool.
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. So it lets you know like what's related, and it even gives you like the links to where to go. So it's pretty neat. ChatGPT has this feature where you can search the web, right? It's literally the little world icon in the bottom menu of the box where you type in your prompt. So if you ask it that and then you click that little icon button that says search the web, it'll actually pull directly from the internet. So that's something that you can use too to find out what is out there and what's happening. Okay. You want to look for things like common questions, right? Emerging microtrends, audience pain points, competitive gaps. But again, it's got to be your audience.
People.
I can't emphasize that enough, right? If you don't know who your audience is, talk to Cynthia, because she will get you started on how to determine who your ideal client persona is. Okay. And the importance of knowing who that is before you do any of this. Because if you're trying to put stuff out there just to put stuff out there, it's not going to hit. It's going to fall flat. No one's going to care. Or worse yet, the wrong people will care.
The wrong people. Exactly. That whole part. You don't want that.
No, no, because there's nothing worse than you putting all this effort and energy into social media creation, and you have people going, "Oh, that's amazing. I love that. You're so great. Oh my gosh." And then when it comes time to buy from you, silence, crickets.
Everybody's dead. Yep. Like that's the
So,
worst feeling ever. And I've done that mess before. You
mhm,
know, you put it out, you start gaining audience, and it's like it's not the audience that's going to make a purchase. It's just the
that's
audience that's going to motivate you, inspire you, and support you. And that's great. You need that, but your business needs monetary fulfillment, people.
that's
So you got to make profit. I'm sorry. You got to have a top line.
literally. I mean, that's the name of the game, right? And
Yes.
so you really, that's, guys, if I encourage you anything today, if you remember anything from today, get your audience straight.
Get your
Get your
audience straight.
audience straight. You need to know who it is. You need to know who you're marketing to. Okay. If you don't, that's where you need to begin with all of this. Then you can use the strategies and things that I'm talking to you about today to help you. Okay. All right. The next thing is design. So when we talk about design, right, you want to be able to create with speed and soul. Okay. People need to feel you through your posts, right? They need to know it's you that's talking and not some robot. Okay. There's nothing wrong with using ChatGPT or any large language model to help you come up with topics for social media. Okay. Based on a set of questions that go along with your business. And the freebie that I have for you today
Hey.
is going to speak to this a little bit. So I can't wait for you guys to get that into your hands. But you need to make sure that you're taking those topics and ideas that ChatGPT gives you and you're infusing yourself. Okay. There are tricks that you can use so that you don't have to sit there and scratch your head and think about typing every single word out in a post. Okay.
Right.
When I talk about custom GPTs, that's the way to go. Okay. Cynthia and I both have our GPTs that we've built based on our business model, based on our voice, our tone, forbidden words that should not be used in social media posts, and
Yep.
so on and so forth. There's a whole lot that goes into that. And that's not what today's training is about. But I'm saying, like, I could feed what I want my personalized chatbot to say or to spit out for me, and it will sound just like me.
Mm-hmm.
It will sound just
100%.
like me. And for me, like, I spent hours programming that sucker, but now that it's done, it has saved me hours upon hours upon hours of
Oh
time.
my God. Yeah. It's
Okay.
like you can't imagine.
No,
Can't imagine.
I can't even quantify it at this point. Like,
Yeah, like it's immeasurable at this point.
mhm,
How much we've actually saved,
yep.
time, resources, the whole gamut for real.
All of that. Because think about it. If I really wanted my copy to hit, I'd have to hire a copywriter. And if you're talking about hiring a copywriter, you're talking an easy $5,000-$6,000 to
Easy.
hire a copywriter, and that's not something that I want to do. So yeah. So, programming your own personalized chat GPT, that's the way to go. Seriously. And if you need some help with that, let me know. I'll be more than happy to kind of talk you through that a little bit. There are some good trainings out there too, if you want to take them. But as with anything with AI, you're gonna have to put up some money. And
Yep.
that's just me being honest. Like, I've spent thousands and thousands of dollars on my training. So the things that I'm talking to you guys about through this entire series, I've invested in. So I'm gonna tag you. It's time for you guys to invest.
Yep.
Not everything is free, right? And if you want the best that's out there, you're gonna have to pay for something. But I will tell you this: the amount that you invest is pennies compared to what you're going to get in return. So, all right.
Amen.
That's it. All right. So with your social media posts, you want to start with a hook. So this is where, when I have my custom GPT programmed with me, right? I ask it, all right, this is the series that I want to talk about this week, right? An example could be, I want to talk about the difficulties of being a woman in business who is a mother but a high-level executive. Okay, because we always struggle with the balance between work and home. Okay, so I'll tell it that. And I go, I need you to create 6 viral hooks for me based on this concept. okay,
Mm-hmm.
that are going to grab people's attention within the first 3 seconds of them reading it. So I plug that in, it'll pop out the viral hooks. Then I have to approve it. I ask it, wait for me, don't do anything else. Let me approve these. And if I like them, I go, okay, great, wonderful, move on. Okay. Then I'll ask it to create the actual post, and I'll tell it what particular post to create, whether it's going to be short form, long form, a carousel, an article, a blog post, whatever. So I'll ask it to do that, right? But I make sure that it delivers clear insight. You want to provide value that educates or entertains your audience. Okay, mainly educate, because you want to give this, it's a value add. You want to continue to do that throughout, your posts, because when people see that you know what you're talking about, then they start looking at you as an authority in your field, and then they're going to start recommending you to other people. Okay, right. And that's where the magic happens, because when your name starts getting put in multiple people's mouths, then your rankings start to go like this, right? You start climbing, okay? And then you're going to start seeing it in your analytics that people are viewing your stuff, people are engaging, people are sharing, people are doing this, that, and the other. And I mean, not for nothing, it's really nice to see that, right? That your content is actually hitting, it's resonating, okay? Then do not forget this one. A lot of people forget this, and I don't know why. Call to action. You got to tell your audience what you want them to do.
Tell them what you want to do.
You can't just throw something out there and just be like, okay, whatever. Thank you. Thanks for inspiring me. Thanks for whatever. Thanks for your little post, right? Tell them what you want. But now this is another side note, because you got to know what you want them to do. Okay. Are they going to be going to your website? Are they going to be signing up for a class? Are they going to be sharing this post? Are they going to be commenting a word so that you can drop them a freebie? Right? So you got to think about your flow, like your client flow. Like what do you want them to do? Like Monday, let's say Monday, right? Let's say you have a class coming up that you're getting ready to show, or you have a demo, right? For my product people out there, maybe you want to demo your products, which I think is a great idea, and you really should, to be honest with you. But because nobody's going to know about what your product does if you don't show them,
That's right. I'm just saying.
So you put that out there, right? And you go, hey, I'm going to do a product demo on Friday at 1:00. I want to see you guys there. It's going to be amazing. So you start Monday, right? Send them to your website. Send them to the product on your website. Put it in their head, okay? Tuesday, okay? Have them look at your testimonials about said product, okay? So that they know, boom, oh, this person loves this product. Oh, they had such great results with this. Oh, this is awesome. Boom. Now, Wednesday, have a video, quick little video showcasing a couple things about your product, okay? Doesn't have to be anything special, nothing huge. It could be just a beautiful, video just showcasing the different angles of your product. You know how you see, on TV and whatnot, the commercials out there where people's products, and it's just all real fancy and gorgeous and whatnot. Pop that thing into Canva, create a quick little video about your product, and call it a day. Okay? Wednesday. Thursday, remind people that you're getting ready to go live on Friday about your product, right? And point them to how they can purchase the product. Okay? Friday, remind them, hey, I'm going live today. Okay? Join me today. And then while you're on your video and you're talking about your product, push them to purchase. Okay? You now have a whole entire week of stuff that led them to what? The end result, which is to purchase your stuff.
So if y'all were listening, she just gave you a week's worth of content that converts. I don't know if y'all caught it, but it converts. Like, it works. I literally use that formula to sell my digital products with. Yeah. Like, it works. But you have to, I think the CTA part is so important, because like you have to understand that the process, right? You know it in and out. You spend all of this time putting it together. And then when you put it out there, you just assume that people know to click here, do this, do that. And then it has to be in response to whatever result you're looking for. And that's what I think was so important that you said about that, Maribel. So yes, include your CTA, but what do you want them to do?
Yeah.
And because what kind of result do you want that to produce? You know, are you selling a product? Do you want them to just go to your website to read information? You want them to book with you, and base it on really how much profitability you guys need. So if you are selling a product, you got a financial goal, you need to sell 20 pieces of something, or you need to book 10 calls at $50 each. Like, let that be your goal, and then say, okay, my CTA needs to be booked now, so I can get that amount that's in, and just include a CTA. Tell them how to book with you. But it's a process. I think that was really good, Maribel. I hope they were listening, because you dropped some real wisdom there for a minute. I hope y'all caught it. If you didn't catch the replay.
Yeah, that's right. Go back over it. I mean, look, guys, honest to goodness, a lot of this stuff that I talk to you guys about, it's just, I always give you more than what's on my slides, right? Like, I always talk to you more about like the business practical side of things, because not for nothing, you need to know how to use these tools practically. Okay. Not just, hey, these are the tools, go check them out, try them out, whatever. Right. But you need to understand that this is literally going to help you elevate who you are as a business owner. All right. Mm-hmm. But you have to use them. You have to go out there and try them. And you have to know the foundations here. Right. So like what I talked to you about, like that 5-day sequence of getting your product seen in front of your audience. Right. That's just product positioning. Okay. And that's a business concept. So if you don't understand those basic business concepts of how do I get my product seen, how do I get my services seen, right, then none of this matters. None of this matters. So, you know, I love doing this series with Cynthia because she's your business guru. She's the person that's going to get you to understand and help you understand those foundational concepts. And then I can help you take it past that. Okay, so she's the best partner to have. Trust me.
Oh, don't start now. You know I'll start crying and stuff. But we're gonna keep it professional for this call. But you know you're my girl.
Yes.
For valuable reasons, you're my girl.
So, hey, we've got this together.
That's
all right. So, when you design, you know, just some of the tools that I've used in the past, and you can do so many. There's so many out there, guys. So many. Right? Again, ChatGPT, even Jasper for writing captions, hooks, and scripts. You have Canva Magic Write for formatting carousels, visuals, presentations, Lumen 5 or Pictory for transforming blogs or long form into short form, Opus Clip if you want to auto-generate reels or shorts from your long form Zoom calls. You can use Midjourney, DALL-E for creating custom branded images, and now Canva too, as well as ChatGPT for the images. Okay, so just remember this 3-part framework for this particular concept of design. Start with a hook, deliver clear insight, and add that call to action. Okay, and before you know it, if you're consistent with that, you are going to start seeing those conversions come through. Okay. The last D on the docket is distribute. So this is the part where you want to automate. Okay. You don't want to have to be posting manually day by day. That is such a time waster. Okay. This is the part where you have to get into which AI tool is going to help me with this. Okay. It's going to help you schedule content at peak times. So it actually analyzes when your target audience is online. Okay. Mm-hmm. It can help you post across multiple platforms. Okay. It can help you post in evergreen cycles. Okay. So evergreen loops, right? Scheduling content to recur or recycle or recirculate.
We love evergreen over here. We love evergreen.
That's right. I mean, and it's something that you got to really think about, because I'll tell you right now, what you post today, your audience won't remember in 2 weeks. Even exactly. A week, maybe a week. Okay. I'm serious, because you have to understand something too, is that a very small percentage of your audience actually sees your content. So, because it really depends on the time of day you post. Yep. Okay. When your audience is actually online. Okay. What's going on in the world. Whether or not the algorithm is in your favor, you know, whether or not you've actually been priming it. So, side notes, don't post and ghost. Ooh. If you post and ghost, you are committing like suicide. in terms of business, because people will never see your content if you post and ghost. Okay. Social media is called social media because you need to be social. you need to be you need to be on there. Okay. So the formula that I
that's
want,
a little nugget right there.
yeah, literally, you need to be. So like something I need you to remember: 10 minutes before you post, get on whatever platform you're working on. Okay. Prime it. And when I say prime it, this means engage with whoever's on there. Okay. Go through posts, like, comment, share, whatever. Okay. But make sure it's content that's relevant to you. Do not just post and share or like or whatever random people stuff. Okay. If you do that, then you are programming your feed to show up with more random stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not what you want. You want your feed to show up with people who would buy from you.
Yep.
Okay. So you have to literally program it to do that. Okay. And by engaging with those types of people. Okay. So think about that. Okay. That goes back to your audience. Target your audience. Okay. Don't target random people.
That's so true. Maribel, real quick, before you move forward, do you mind answering a couple of things live?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so Amo is watching and he asked, what kind of tasks are you currently using AI for in your business? And what still needs that human touch?
Oh man, I use AI for a lot of things. That list is long. Send me a DM and I will answer that thoroughly. Like I will, or post it in the group and I'll answer that 100% thoroughly, because there's a lot.
There's a lot. Okay. AI definitely.
I can talk probably 20 minutes about that.
So have you incorporated a chat bot on your website yet, Maribel?
Mine has one.
Yep, I'm working on that. So that's one thing that we're going to be using AI for, definitely. Yeah. Another thing is my booking of my appointments.
That's automated.
Like I'm using platforms like Calendly and things like that to do it. Whenever I'm preparing presentations, like Gamma, I'm using Gamma for all my presentations. Like and then the human touch part of that is just making sure that what we are pre-filling that information with actually flows. What the slide deck looks like, how the presentation flows, like when we give it, different things like that. Yep. So yeah, booking, scheduling, chatbots to answer questions on websites. Mm-hmm. Even with my with my invoice, when I'm sending invoices out, like I'm using automated platforms and things for that, and AI responses for people on platforms that help me with AI responses and DMs and things like that. So there does come a point, and I think Maribel will agree with this, that you definitely still need human touch, because you cannot lose that authenticity. You can train AI really well, based on what your business fundamentals are. But at some point, I think you do have to have, with any interaction with AI, even if it's not to directly interact with the lead or the existing customer, but at least to check to see what's going on.
Yeah, no, I agree with that 100%, Cynthia. I mean, everything that you said, I use that and more. So that's why I said, like, my list is extensive in terms of what I use, in terms of what I use AI for. But you have to realize this too. I drive all of it, right? So like AI is a tool.
That's it. We're the driver.
It's not something that just runs by itself, right? It's a tool. And so I use it to assist me. I think about it like they are my extended team members, okay, in my company. So I'm a solopreneur. I own the business. I run the business. It's just me, right? But I literally operate like I have a team of 10 or 20, because I have all of these tools in place that can help me do the things that I don't have a physical person there to do. Okay. Mm-hmm. So, but everything that goes out there, everything that has been pushed to my client, whether it's an automated invoice, whether it's a calendar invite, subsequent emails that go out after that, I've programmed all that. I build all that. So it has me written all over it. Okay. I just use the tools to help me automate the execution of it. So I don't have to manually execute. Okay, which is what takes us so much time. So hope that answers it enough.
Thank you. We did have another comment from Erica Dooley, who was asking, can we add some of the recommendations to the chat? So Erica, I'm trying to list some of these in the chat for you. Right now, Maribel, I've got ChatGPT, Grok, Gamma, Notebook, LM. Any others on the top of your head that we could recommend that I could drop in the chat?
Claude. You have Grok. Manus is the newest one out there. You have DeepSeek.
Yes.
You have obviously Canva.
How did I forget Canva?
Oh, I love Canva. And this is coming from somebody who uses the Adobe Suite, who is a professional graphic designer and has used that for years and years and years. I can do things in Canva way faster.
Oh yeah. Which
is crazy to me, but yeah. So there's that. I'm trying to think. There are lots of other tools. If you're looking for something specific though, just text, message me in the group and I'll be more than happy to recommend something if you need a specific tool for something.
Thanks, Maribel.
Of course. So getting back to automation of our content, okay? You have lots of tools out there. Metricool is a cool one. I use that one sometimes for other businesses that I work for. Buffer is another one. Social Bee. They all can recommend the best times based on your data. And if you get into Meta Suite, Meta Business Suite, which you all should have, by the way. And if you haven't set up your Meta Business Suite, I need to do that today. Do it today.
Yep.
Do it today.
Should have been done yesterday.
Should have been done a while ago. Okay. And if you're doing Facebook, you might as well do Instagram. So connect the two. And make sure it cross posts. So you got that. And then those will all recommend times based on your data, right? So it'll pop up, you click on the calendar and it shows, oh, your audience is usually online between right? And then you post content then. All right. There's another tool called Missing Letter that lets you repurpose content across weeks or months. Zapier and Notion, can create a hands-off posting calendar. But your job at the end of the day is to create one time and let AI handle the rest, right? You sit there, get familiar with the concept of batch creating content. Okay. And when I say batch creating, I mean, I need you to schedule a time block in your calendar for about 3 hours. Okay. Once a week, sit down, create content, just create it, build it out. See how much those 3 hours will get you. You will be shocked at how much content you can literally create in that amount of time using the right tools.
Yes.
Okay. You got to use the tools though. If you don't use the tools, then you're going to be sitting there scratching your head going, I have no idea what I want to post. Don't do that. Okay. Don't do that. Don't do that. I need you to get a flow going. Okay. And again, like I said, I'll be more than happy if you guys really want to see how I do it. I'll be more than happy to record a demo and put it in the group. Okay. But I need to know that you're interested in that. So if I get enough of a response from Cynthia, she tells me that the group is like, yes, please show us. I will be more than happy to record my screen and show you what I do, how I do it. Okay. So you guys can get an idea about how this really works. Okay.
Told y'all I'm the plug. You better speak up if you want to. Closed mouths.
That's right. That's right. They don't get fed. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay. So this is the Buzz Conversion Blueprint. Okay. We're going to simplify everything that I've talked about today. Okay. Into a plug and play weekly workflow. So Monday's about strategy. You want to use discovery tools to scan for trends, analyze hashtags, and pull fresh insights. Okay. Then on Tuesday, you're going to shift into content writing. Use AI to turn Monday's findings into captions, hooks, or full posts. Wednesday, you want to bring it all to life visually. This is where you're going to use Canva or whatever other tool for branded graphics or unique images. Thursday, you want to batch schedule your posts. with a tool like Metricool, Buffer, or whatever. This allows you to set it and forget it. Okay. Friday, you're going to review your performance and repurpose top content into shorts, reels, carousels, or whatever else that you want to put out there. Okay. This framework is going to help you operate like a content team without actually needing one. Okay. 1 hour a day, 5 days a week. It's a content system that will scale. Okay.
Nice.
I'm breaking this down for you day by day. But again, I personally like doing all this in one day. Okay. I take my Sunday evening and I do this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I sit in front of my computer for 3 hours. It doesn't take me that long anymore. And trust me, when you become really good at this, it won't take you nothing but an hour. Okay.
Wow.
If not less than that. Okay. Sometimes I can knock out content in about 30 minutes.
I'm trying to be like you when I grow up. I'm just saying.
Hey,
It still takes me a couple of hours right now.
you'll get
But
there.
it's way better than taking me like an entire day just to do all of this. Seriously. Because I used to take an entire day just to do stuff like this.
Yeah. And I mean, how exhausted were you at the end of that day?
It's too exhausted to talk to clients. And
Right.
you lose money. I was losing money. It's like you got to find a better way to do it.
Exactly. Right. So I'm giving you guys this day-by-day system for those of you who just want to get started. Okay. So if you don't have it in you to take the 3 hours in one day and do this, don't. But use this system and go, okay, Monday I'm going to do this. Tuesday I'm going to do this. Wednesday I'm going to do this. Thursday this, and Friday this. Do you notice that on Friday there is review your performance? You need to make time to look at your analytics. If you do not look at your analytics and see what's actually hitting, then you're never going to grow in your social media efforts.
Preach.
Okay? You can't ignore your analytics. You can't. Okay? You need to know what your audience likes, doesn't like. Okay? You need to be able to speak to the right people at the right time with the right stuff.
Yep.
Okay? If not, it's not going to work. Okay? So no matter what you do,
if you're not going to do it, hire somebody to do it. It's just that important.
Yep. Get a VA in your corner that can pull your analytics and tell you what your performance is like if you don't want to do it. But even with that, right? If your VA pulls the information, you got to sit there and look at it.
You got to look at it.
So, you can't sit there and go, okay, VA, tell me what to do. Tell me what my analytics tell me, and I'll take your word for it. No, that would be horrible business practices. Right? So, I mean, to be honest with you, don't waste the time hiring somebody. Just do it.
Do it.
Just do it. Get into your analytics. See what it says.
It's
okay.
a must.
That information is going to inform what you do the following week. Okay. Or month or year, however you want to put it. Okay. But this, if you use this step-by-step system, you will literally be able to knock out content in no time, and it'll be quality content. Okay. And then you can get really good with this and go, okay, I could do Monday and Tuesday in one day. Boom. All right. Let me put Wednesday and Thursday in another, and Friday by itself. So now you took 5 days down to 3. Okay. You get comfortable with that. Then you shrink it even further.
Right.
Okay? I'm going to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in one day. And I'm going to do Thursday, Friday in another. So now I took 3 days into 2 days. And then you get really good at that. And then, put it all together one day. And it's done.
Here we go.
So,
love it.
So, just, again, take your time with this, guys. I always tell you in every single webinar that I give, start small. Okay. Start small, build up. Okay. You can't sit there and go, I'm going to take it all in at once. I'm going to do it all at one time. It may work for a short amount of time, but you're going to get burnt out.
You'll get tired. You're going to wear yourself out.
You will. And we don't want that. Okay. So take your time. Do this the right way. Okay. And remember, begin with understanding who your audience is. Please, if anything, understand your audience. Okay. Start with that. Then build in the systems. Okay. I've given you lots of strategies, frameworks, and blueprints that you can use. So I want you to go back through this webinar, look at the replay, write down what those steps are, write down what those systems are, start implementing them, because you are going to see a change if you start doing the work. Okay. All right.
Right.
So here's what to do next. Okay. I want you to choose a tool, just one. Okay. Not 100, just one that addresses your biggest content challenge right now. If it is scheduling, choose an automated scheduler. Okay. If you hate having to sit in front of a computer and remember, oh, I got to post every day at 9 o'clock in the morning. Okay. And then something pops up that causes you not to be able to post at 9. And then you see your analytics drop and you're like, why? No, choose an automated scheduler that'll push it out at 9 o'clock. But remember, don't post and ghost. You got to be online. You got to be social. So 10 minutes before, get online, do your thing, interact with the right people, then post your content. Once your content is posted, 10 minutes after, continue to engage, continue to interact with people. Okay. Comment, share, like stuff, respond to people who like your things, respond, do all the stuff. Okay. And then you can leave the platform. Okay. So now this has you thinking like, all right, well, I post on 5 different platforms. So I have to do that with all 5? Yes. So
Yeah, you do.
this is where you might want to hire a VA. You may want to go, hey, I need some help, like engaging with my audience. This is when I post. I need you to be on the platform 10 minutes before, 10 minutes after. I need you to engage. This is my target audience. These are the people that you're going to want to interact with. Can you handle that for me? Just a thought.
It's a mighty good thought.
You know, just a thought. Okay. Then after you choose your tool, you want to plan 3 posts. Okay. 3 quality posts. I'm not asking you to post every single day. Okay. Quality over quantity. Understand that, especially when you're starting out. Okay. Use whatever tool that you're going to use to create your next 3 social media posts. Remember, it has to sound like you. It has to have your voice, has to have your tone. Okay. If people think it's a robot, they're not going to read it. If people think it's just words on a page and it has no feeling, no unction, none of your personality, no one's going to care. Okay.
Right.
No one's going to care. So make sure that it infuses you in your posts. Okay. Last month, I shared with you guys a toolkit that I built for you. It's the AI content toolkit. It's going to help with prompts and templates to speed up your workflow. And today I have a nice little guide that I have created for you that literally lays out the framework of how you are going to use ChatGPT to support you in your business. So it's not just getting on ChatGPT and typing in a prompt of what you want it to write for you. It's actually programming it to understand who you are as a business owner. So the first top of the document actually lays out step by step of what you're going to do to be able to program ChatGPT to understand you fully as a business owner and what your business stands for. Okay. Once it knows what that is, then underneath that, I've created several prompts for you that you can utilize that are going to help you create quality content to push forward into the universe. Okay. Yes. Please follow the guide step by step. Use the prompts. You'll see variables inside the prompts in brackets. That just means it needs you to fill in the information that should go into that, specific to your business, your industry, your niche, what have you. If you have questions about this guide and how to use it the right way, just let me know. Let Cynthia know. We'll help you. We got you. Okay. And remember, above everything else, small steps builds big momentum. Okay. So if you can start today with just 15 minutes of focused action, you are going to be successful. Okay. So if you post smarter, not more, okay, you're going to be able to save 60% of your time. Okay. You're going to be able to increase your engagement 3-fold, and you are going to have a strong online presence 24/7 if you learn to utilize the right tools and the right systems. You don't need to post more. You need to post smarter. So let AI help you work less and convert. And with that, let's stay connected. I'm here for you. Thank you for showing up. And I cannot wait to see what you guys create.
Thank you so much, Maribel. You are amazing, my dear. We appreciate it. Appreciate it for today's live. This is the 8th in this series. So if you have not caught the first 7, you definitely need to be going back and watch, because this is actually a training that has it's definitely helped me, because a lot of the things that she's taught, I don't even know if she's realized, but I've gone back and like implemented in my business and they work. So I'm social proof. I'm the word of mouth telling you that they actually work. I purchased her last tool that she offered us with the last training on number 7. And I'm actually implementing that in my business currently. And things are working for me, because what I'm doing right now in my business is transforming some things into SaaS, some operational things, some software as a system type things where folks can go into a platform, log in and get what they need. And of course, if you know how SaaS works, even if you don't, just think about AI kind of running the game for you, and the computer and things doing themselves and responding to customers and what they need. So it's a hands-off thing. And in order to do that, I have to have the right tools for that. And what Maribel has created has equipped and prepared me for actually taking on something of that magnitude. So thank you so much. So you guys, I'm going to drop the link again for you to actually purchase that last tool, the last tool from the one before. And I already dropped the link for the freebie today. So she gave you a freebie today, a list of those prompts that I'm also going to be using. They're posted in the 6 Secrets group already. And if you're looking in the comments right now on this live, the link is actually in the comments here as well. So we thank you everyone for watching, and we hope to catch you for number 9. And we also want to see you on our YouTube pages, rewatching and taking notes. And then we want you to comment on social media how these things are working for you, and give us a hashtag. What would you like for your hashtag to be, Miss Maribel, if they're responding?
Hashtag, I don't know, hashtag automate. That's fine.
Ooh, I like that. So you guys, if you're commenting and you're leaving posts about this series, this video in general, when you post, use hashtag automate, so we know that you guys have been watching, and we can track and follow you and respond to all your questions and everything. And we do see you. We appreciate you guys watching. We're seeing all the comments. Thanks for all the nuggets. You're welcome. We appreciate it. Thanks. Almost says you're welcome. And to everybody else who's dropped questions. And if you do have any more, feel free to leave those, because we always come back and answer, because we're just those type of business owners. Right, Maribel?
You got that right.
All right, you guys. Thanks again, sweetheart. And we'll see you all later.
Bye now.
Bye.